like to share some insight on one of my favorite resources for learning the Altissimo register, The Beginning Studies in the Altissimo Register by Rosemary Lang and recently revised and edited by Dr. Gail Levinsky. Let's check it out. In his article, Maximizing the Benefits of Using Familiar Music in the Undergraduate Music Theory Curriculum, Dr. Ivan Jimenez talks about how familiar music more actively triggers emotion-related activity in the brain and motor engagement when learning a new musical skill. When developing and applying new skills in a familiar medium, we see improvements in motivation in the learning process, more active engagement in the development and practice of these new skills, and ultimately better retention of the knowledge or skills that we're trying to teach. It comes to no surprise then why Rosemary Lang's approach to teaching the Altissimo method through folk songs and popular tunes is effective, especially with young students. In this way, we are framing the development of technical skills in a musical conversation and context. Rosemary Lang was a talented woodwind instrumentalist, teacher, composer, and arranger, a woman ahead of her time. She earned her master's degree from Butler University in Indiana and taught instrumental woodwinds and band arranging at the Jordan College of Music and Butler University. She's most well known for her woodwind methods and woodwind chamber music, but she was also a self-publishing entrepreneur, starting Lang Music Publications in 1978. Unfortunately, her death in 1985 signaled the end of that first production run of her textbook. Fast forward to 2004, Dr. Gail Levinsky was granted permission from Lang's family to revise and edit Lang's text. The current version of the book features an updated set list of tunes, fingering suggestions for alto and tenor saxophones, and appendices that update Lang's method and making it more relevant for the modern saxophonist. Ultimately, Levinsky boils down Lang's principles to say that if you can't sing it, you can't play it. Here are some suggestions on how to navigate through the beginning studies in your own practice sessions. Here, we'll use the American National Anthem as an example of a song that all American students would know intimately before approaching the Altissimo register. To start off, I'll probably use the saxophone to orient myself in the key that I'm going to sing and eventually play in. Stay in the key, but sing in a comfortable range so that you can build a strong internalized model of the interval content of the melody. So, mi, so, do, mi, re, do, mi, fi, sol, so, mi, re, do, ti, la, ti, do, so, mi, do. In this particular exercise, Lang is introducing the Altissimo E-flat through the Star-Spangled Banner. By singing the tune ahead of time, I'm able to develop my technical facility around a grounded musical experience so that I know how to approach and depart from the new pitch mindfully. Mi, fa, so, fa, mi, re, fa, mi, re, do, ti, la, ti, do, mi, fi, sol. You've probably heard me say this a million times by now, but I truly believe that 95% of the issues we face on the saxophone have air-related solutions, and aural skills are no exception. I follow the acronym AIR to attain, internalize, and realize aural skills concepts. In the attaining stage, you want to refer to an external sound source that can accurately produce the sound, pitch, melody, or texture that you're looking to perform. You can do this a number of ways. You can refer to a recording, you can refer to a keyboard or a drone or a fellow musician in the room. The idea here is you want to be listening to all of the parameters that will help build this internalized model of the sound. Things to consider might be pitch, timbre, inflection, dynamics, anything that you can think of really. Using Edward Klinowski's definition of pitch internalization, this is the moment that we take the best aspects of the sound that we attain and translating that into something that we can realize on our instrument. By building our technique around this idealized sound model, we're able to streamline effective practice habits that lead into more consistent payoff in performance. Whether we choose to realize the internalized sound model through singing or playing, it's important to acknowledge what didn't work and to celebrate what did work. This active approach to listening to our musical environments and ourselves is a great way to identify what actually needs practice and how we can get to the core of the problem so that we can more effectively and consistently reach our musical goals. Here are some ways to extend your practice of Lang's principles beyond her textbook. Find melodies that you like and see if you can transpose them to different keys to access different parts of the Altissimo register. One way to start is to see if you can transpose Happy Birthday into the Altissimo register. Just a reminder, Happy Birthday always starts on scale degree 5. These principles certainly come into play when we're talking about octave displacements in the transcriptions that we come across in our repertoire. Aural skills can help us turn technical challenges into a musical conversation. Take this excerpt from William Albright's sonata, and we can see this phrase culminating on a high D sharp. At this point in the piece, just playing a high D sharp is not enough. We have to acknowledge the upward slur that ties into the musical narrative of this movement, which is a lament for Albright's friend George Cacioppo. If we zoom out, we can see this A sharp to D sharp motion as a 5-to-1 motion, which is a cadential figure we see a lot in tonal music. Sol, do. If we take our internalized model of this 5-to-1 melodic idiom and combine it with our understanding of the harmonic series, we realize that we don't have to work very hard with our hands to be able to facilitate this overtone slur, which lines up with our melodic gesture. In fact, we can apply this concept across our arsenal of fingerings to see which one facilitates our musical needs the best. And at the end of the day, we can always adjust these fingerings to account for the intonation tendencies that are a result of the harmonic series. We're looking to find technical solutions to serve our musical needs. The big takeaway here is that aural skills combined with a strong internalized model of our music serve as the foundation for our technical development to extend the range of the saxophone. Fingerings then serve as a way of enhancing the Altissimo register, not as the crutch that we use to access it. While there's still so much to explore on the topic of Altissimo, I hope this video served as a point of departure on ways that we can continue practicing, performing, and teaching the extension of the range of our instrument. I'd like to thank Dr. Gail Levinsky for setting time aside to talk to me about Lang's beginning studies. And if you like what you saw, make sure to like, subscribe, and share this content with anybody that you think would find it helpful. Tune in next week where I'll be joined by Charlie Chadwell, where we'll be talking about interleaving our practice sessions.